Welcome, Cancer, to your mid-month reading for March. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on. And thank you all subscribers for subscribing. Okay, and anyone new to my channel, welcome. Let's see what's going on. This message, please, for Cancer. Getting straight into what you're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you for the month. The card coming out is the Empress in reverse. So the mid-month, it does feel like there could be some kind of neglect going on. Maybe somebody is neglecting their duties, or you're feeling neglected. There's just this non-nurturing feeling going on at this time, where it feels like there could be more nurturing, but there's not. So it could even be just attentiveness. Maybe someone's not being attentive to you as much as you would like them to be attentive to you. Okay. Let's clarify on the Empress in reverse, please, for Cancer. We do have intuition and manifestation. So maybe you're trying to manifest them to be more attentive to you. You're very intuitive to the situation that they are kind of neglecting you. They might even be telling you they're not neglecting you, but you know deep down inside they are neglecting you, not showing the passion. So they could just be saying, Cancer, I'm really busy right now. I'm sorry I haven't gotten a hold of you. I'll get back to you. And intuitively you're saying, nope. You're not nurturing the situation. You are kind of hiding out. Holding back their love. Something of this nature. Putting up a barrier toward you, around you. Now getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the present, the recent past, and the near future. Okay. Message for Cancer. Page of Cups, the offering. It's almost like you're offering your love. You keep offering towards them, and it just feels like they keep neglecting it. They keep rejecting it. So there does feel like there is a lot of rejection and neglection going on. It's almost like you keep, offering these cups. Maybe you're even telling them you're sorry about a situation, and you feel like they're not taking your cups of love over here with the star upside down. And the Page of Pentacles in the near future. So the recent past, you do have the star upside down, which says there is something going on over here where you felt very shiny, and the shine has kind of lost its luster. You don't feel the way, they're just not kind of putting out the energy that they put out around you before over here, Cancer, and it's kind of worrisome, right? So you're kind of confused about the situation and really worried. Why are you not coming towards me? What is going on, right? Where you were traveling before. Feels like you even opened up a door and took a risk with this person. Yeah, that's really what it is. Maybe for some of you, you gave them a second chance too. To open up to you. There's definitely something that has to do with taking a risk. I'm feeling like the love was free-flowing, something of this nature. And now you are the Page of Cups, and you're trying to offer this. You're trying to get them, to take your cups of love over here. But they're kind of neglecting you. They're just not traveling towards you the way you want them to travel towards you. It's almost like they keep sidestepping the situation. That's really what it feels like with the Page of Wands upside down. They either definitely traveled away, but it feels more like a sidestep. It's kind of like, I'm offering you my love. Maybe you did get in some kind of heated argument or something in the past, and you're trying to give them the apologies. That's for some of you, not all of you. Take what resonates, what doesn't, throw away. But however it is, it feels like they're sidestepping you. It's almost like you try to give them love and they keep sidestepping away from you. Definitely in the present right now. Definitely not coming towards you. So it's almost like you keep offering them this love and they keep going away. You keep traveling towards it. It feels like you even travel towards them, for some of you, you even go over the limit, right? Maybe you beautify yourself, you go towards, maybe even trying to offer them dates, do things like this, and they keep sidestepping it. Hey, I'd like to go out to the movies. Would you like to go out to the movies? And they continue to have some kind of, I'm going to say, excuse to why they're not doing so. It's almost like they're not coming out to say anything to you, Cancer. They're not saying, they're not saying we're not in a relationship anymore, or I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. It's always some kind of excuse to why they're sidestepping the situation or ignoring that situation. So it's almost like you keep pushing towards him, but your intuition is telling you there's something going wrong. They literally are neglecting my cups of love. They are, sidestepping this situation. It's not that they're just busy. There's something else going on, and your intuition is really spot on about this. There is something, Cancer, going on within the situation. Because you see, you keep asking out for these, these date nights, and you keep offering them this and that, and and your heart, and conversations, and you keep going for all these new ways of doing something, but they do definitely have excuses. It's definitely excuses. Let's figure out why. Let's use a different deck of cards. So, yeah, why is it that they're sidestepping, Cancer? What seems to be the problem? Are they still really upset about it, a fight that you had? But yet you're saying, I just hear like, but they don't act that way. They're just literally, it almost feels like cold shouldering. Clarify on why they're sidestepping the situation and not nurturing, Cancer. Loss of passion. Loss of passion right now. Why? Moving. Now they have the movement somewhere else, moving towards. They just don't have the passion for you that they had once before. So why is it? What happened? They're just not feeling the passion. That's passion twice. They don't feel the blessings. They don't feel the passion. They just don't have it. Maybe they just don't have any passion right now. Maybe they're just a blocked wall. Seems to be the issue. They're taking action. They're taking action somewhere else and focused on something else that makes them feel like they are going passionately in their own direction at this time, but they feel like this relationship that you have with them, they don't feel successful in it at this time. They don't feel like there's any real success. They're still very hurt about a situation, or there's something else was going on around them where they're feeling pains, and they're more focused on passion somewhere else because of some underlining situation that's going on within themselves or within this relationship that they just cannot get past. So like I said, if you guys did have some kind of heated argument, things went down, they do not want to apologize for this situation. They're trying to keep their dreams and ideals somewhere else. Definitely focusing their attention somewhere else. Could even be focusing on healing the situation. But they definitely feel like they are walking around. They may even be playing victim within their own head about the situation. Cups overflowing. They're trying to bring this to an end, but they don't want to tell you. So it's kind of crazy. Like they want a fresh new start somewhere else. They want to bring this to a conclusion. They want to bring this to an end, but for some reason they're keeping the hush hush. So it feels like they're kind of ghosting you is what's trying to, but they're not. They're doing a very good job ghosting you. They're not good ghosters. So that's really what it feels like. It feels like they're trying to ghost you, but if they keep picking up the phone and answering the text, that's not ghosting. That's just excuse after excuse. That's different from ghosting, right, guys? If I was going to ghost you, that means I would just, fall off the edge of the planet like I didn't exist. They want to tell you their truth. They want to tell you their truth, but they have to make the decisions of how to do it because they just don't feel any victory within this situation, within this love situation anymore. So, but they just don't know how to say it. There's a lot of depression going on, and it also feels like they don't want to hurt your feelings, but they just don't, and they don't have the strength to say anything. So they really don't want to hurt your feelings, but they don't have the strength to say anything about the situation. So they would rather allow it to linger on, and pull kind of strings over here, which is definitely what they're doing. They're pulling your heartstrings instead of just cutting the strings. But they don't want to cut the strings. They feel it's they're trying to get out of a lot of overwhelming energy that they're putting on themselves. So your intuition is straight on. You're right, right? But this is where it becomes confusing for you, as you're trying to push your chariot towards them to help them, and support the situation because you want them to support you. You want the situation and the relationship to go kind of back the way it was before. But your intuition is telling you that it is diving into two different directions. So, like I said, Cancer, your intuition is spot on as usual because this is where you start perceiving and really getting into your intuition, right? When Cancer starts using their intuition, they usually don't back down from it. You know what I mean? If anything, you're going to dive deep into it. So, but I see that you want them to travel towards you, but it doesn't look like they're going to. They are very underdetermined, but your intuition is telling you that your perception is right on key, that they are not determined to want to fix this. And this is just because they, like I said, the situation has lost its luster. If you're dealing with an Aquarius or another water sign or a fire sign, I see a lot of fire over here. It just feels like they're kind of staying away because they really just don't want to hurt your feelings. So they leave you out in the cold because to them, they feel like this is more justified for them sitting with the Five of Coins sitting over there next to the truth. They feel it's more justified to let it linger on until it kind of breaks itself apart. So they're actually waiting for it to just crumble. I think, because of the weakness that they have, my friends, I think what they're waiting for really is for you two to just kind of separate and go your separate ways, coming kind of to a conclusion that this is not going to work. So, if you could say a Cancer like, I see it's not going to work, then they could say, oh, I see it's not going to work either. So that's kind of what they're looking for. They're just waiting for the great spread apart. That way there feels like there's no hurt feelings or any strings attached, or you see what I'm saying? Because they don't want to just go and cut the strings. It's nice and all, but it's also kind of crazy, right? It's like, it sounds like it would be a good thing if we could just let it crumble and say, yes, it was a great relationship, see you next time. But in a lot of ways, it's kind of bad because it does kind of trap you, right? But they have the awareness and the understanding that this is very overwhelming and kind of a chaotic situation that they have, keeping you hanging from kind of their own strings over here, kind of playing, because they're kind of their own puppet master in some ways. With the Page of Pentacles, they're saying that they're offering, you're waiting for the services. You're waiting for them to come to offer you this. You're waiting for them to come and say, okay, I'm ready, right? You're ready, you're ready for them to come and do this, but they're ready to conclude it and end it. So while you're waiting in the near future for the possible outcome of them coming and fixing this and having this great, wonderful talk with you, they're just ready to just not talk at all and just have it end. Just close the book. It's done, right? Yeah, because that would be your Nine of Cups, that you would really like that to happen. But they're saying unrequited love, there's just not enough love anymore. The relationship has lost its luster. So they are definitely going to let go in the near future with the Knight of Cups. So as you're still over here offering cups, they're kind of letting it go. See, once again, they're not ghosting you though. It still feels like there's still excuses going on. Inside them, they have let it go. It doesn't, to them, it doesn't, in the near future, it doesn't really affect them. To them, it's like it's buried and it's done. So now they're just going to kind of talk to you like you're a friend. You're going to come to the conclusion, or you need to come to the conclusion that this is a waste of time. I'm trying to get them to offer these cups, or take these cups. It's just more of fighting for them to come and tell you the truth about the situation, which they're not going to do. They're too weak. Queen of Wands upside down. It's a frustration because they're not going to plant any seeds. And in fact, like I said, they're not. It doesn't even look like they're going to cut the ties either. They're just going to allow it to just kind of act, they're just going to kind of text you like your friends now. But not do anything. Not do anything about it. And it's because of this strength card being upside down, they are weak. They think that it's kind of crazy because within these three cards here, it's almost like they feel like they're honoring you by not doing so when it's actually such a dishonor. Some people, their perceptions are a little off about how to do things. And that's because maybe they've known you for a long time. They don't want to hurt your heart. But what they don't understand is that by doing such a thing, it actually is worse for you because it's leading you on to believe that something could happen, and it's just causing more confusion and disruption within your life. But you're literally go with your intuition, friends, so that way you'll stop offering this person. They're not coming back towards you, not anytime soon, right? Not in this reading. Whether or not they pick up the pace later in life, that is not here, right? Because we're not going that far. Right now, we're talking about in the mid-month to, getting into we'll just say this month. Yeah, because they don't see any growth within the situation. And they're not using any real clarity either because they're running on their emotions. They're not running on any real logical thinking about a situation. They're just kind of watching out for your heart. So if they are watching out for your heart, that means that deep down within them, they do have some compassion for you. They have to, because if you didn't want to hurt somebody, that means that they still care about you. They're just not in love with you anymore. That's what they're trying to say. Yeah, because the situation has lost its luster. And they're a little confused too to why you keep offering them cups. They're kind of confused to why you keep, hey, because I think that they were just hoping that you would just say, hey, you know what, I'm done, I'm over it. Best of luck to you. But you're not. So it's kind of confusing them. Like, they don't even know, how do I get past this? So let's see what's going on over here. Let's use some shadow cards really fast and get kind of into what they're thinking over here. They do have some strange thinking. But that's because they're using a lot of compassion and a lot of their heart chakra over here. So what is it that Cancer's person is talking about? Clarify on the best message for Cancer's person talking about. You are not a part of my plan anymore. Well, we've seen that over here, right, where they're moving on and planning something different. I know I made a mistake. So obviously they made the mistake, and it looks like you tried to, maybe that's what this is. You forgave them and then they left, right? So now I'm taking the easy way out. Well, that definitely is true. Right? But I couldn't tell you face to face. Ain't that the truth? But I know you're watching me. So they do know that you're kind of watching them and kind of paying attention to them, right? But they don't want to tell you face to face, and that's because, remember, they don't want to hurt you, but so whatever mistake that they made and you said, I forgive you, they just don't want to get over it. That must be what this is. This playing victim situation where I feel bad that I did this to you, Cancer. I feel bad that this went down this way, but I don't want to do it again. And that's really what it kind of feels like. I don't want to do it again. is it. Okay, my friends? And that's it for you until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.